Welcome to today's deep dive into one of the hottest topics of the NFL offseason, the future of Aaron Rodgers. The free agency whirlwind has already seen plenty of blockbuster deals and dramatic twists, but one question remains on everyone's mind. Will Aaron Rodgers team up with DK Metcalf and George Pickens in Pittsburgh? Or is another destination in his future? Let's break down the latest developments, expert insights, and the playful speculation that's lighting up the league. The current situation. Rodgers' free agency saga. Aaron Rodgers, the future Hall of Famer whose legacy is defined by his pinpoint accuracy and unmatched ability to read defenses, finds himself in a perplexing situation. After a tumultuous stint with the New York Jets, Rodgers is now officially on the market. Despite the significant quarterback movement that has already reshaped free agency this year, Rodgers' name still looms large, and his next destination remains the subject of heated debate. Initially, Rodgers' top goal was to join the Los Angeles Rams, a team that, until recently, appeared to be his prime target. However, the Rams have since reinvested in their future with Matthew Stafford and even signed Rodgers' longtime favorite receiver, Davante Adams. With those two strikes, Rodgers' hopes of a Rams reunion have faded, leaving the door open for other contenders. Signs pointing to Pittsburgh. The buzz surrounding Rodgers has increasingly focused on the Pittsburgh Steelers. According to Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio, insiders suggest that the Steelers could have an agreement with Rodgers as early as Tuesday, pending his formal release by the Jets on Wednesday. This move could see Rodgers join forces with dynamic receiver DK Metcalf and emerging star George Pickens, forming a trio that would excite any Steelers fan. Imagine it. Rodgers, the seasoned veteran known for his exceptional field vision, linking up with the explosive playmakers Metcalf and Pickens. It's the kind of high-powered combination that could redefine the Steelers' offense and provide a much-needed spark. However, it's not all smooth sailing. There's a lingering question. What if the Steelers decide to stick with their current plan and re-sign Russell Wilson? In that scenario, Rodgers' best-case option might slip away, and his future could look murkier than ever. Forecast. Steelers vs. Giants for the QB role. While many believe Pittsburgh is the frontrunner for Rodgers' services, another contender lurks in the background, the New York Giants. NFL Network insider Mike Garafolo and regular guest discussions on The Pat McAfee Show have both hinted at the possibility of Rodgers joining forces with the Giants. With star wideout Malik Nabers catching the eye, the Giants scenario could offer Rodgers a fresh start alongside a young, energetic roster. The current forecast appears to be a tight race. Will Rodgers end up in Pittsburgh or in New York? Analysts are split. On one side, the Steelers' potential to build a winning combination with Metcalf and Pickens makes them an appealing destination. On the other, the Giants, who have shown an ability to retool and reinvigorate their offense, could provide Rodgers with the change of scenery he needs. The stage is set for a dramatic showdown, with both teams vying for the signature of one of football's greatest quarterbacks. Expert insights and media chatter. Yahoo Sports' Yuri Epstein weighed in on the situation, suggesting that while a Steelers landing with Metcalf and Pickens would be Rodgers' best-case scenario, his recent split from the Jets has raised some concerns. Epstein noted that Rodgers' best performances came when he minimized turnovers, a trait that has been under scrutiny after his injury and less successful stint with New York. The implication? Even if the Steelers offer a lucrative package, there's no guarantee that Rodgers will return to his old form. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Jason Mackey provided a nuanced view. Mackey praised Rodgers for his ability to complete passes with precision but was quick to point out that his recent challenges, stemming from an Achilles injury and the subsequent struggles with the Jets, might be too significant to overlook. You can fix one, but maybe not both, Mackey remarked, suggesting that if Rodgers is to make a comeback, the Steelers would need to completely overhaul their offensive approach, perhaps even scrapping some of the current system in favor of a playbook tailored to Rodgers' strengths. The Steelers' dilemma: to resign Wilson or go all in. A major factor that could derail the Rodgers scenario in Pittsburgh is the possibility that the Steelers might decide to stick with Russell Wilson. Wilson, a familiar face and a proven playmaker, remains available, and if the Steelers opt to re-sign him, the window for Rodgers could close rapidly. For Pittsburgh, The decision isn't merely about signing a big-name quarterback, it's about aligning their long-term vision. If the Steelers choose the stability of Wilson, then the entire free agency narrative around Rodgers might shift dramatically. In that case, the Steelers would be betting on continuity rather than the high-risk, high-reward gamble of a Rodgers-led offense. The Giants' angle. A fresh start for Rodgers? While Pittsburgh remains a hot topic, the Giants are quietly building a case of their own. The prospect of Rodgers joining the Giants has generated significant buzz on social media and sports talk shows. With potential synergies with wide receivers like Malik Nabers, the Giants could offer Rodgers a compelling opportunity to reinvent himself. This scenario would not only provide a change of scenery but could also help resurrect the quarterback's career after a disappointing run in New York. However, like any major move, the Giants' option comes with its own set of uncertainties, particularly regarding how well Rodgers can mesh with a young, evolving roster and whether his style fits with the team's offensive identity. Rodgers' legacy and what's at stake. For decades, Aaron Rodgers has been synonymous with excellence. His career has been punctuated by precision passing, incredible playmaking, and a knack for elevating his team's performance. Yet, recent developments have cast a shadow over his legacy. The challenges he faced with the Jets, injuries, off-field controversies, and performance dips, have raised questions about whether he can still perform at the highest level. Critics argue that the time for Rodgers to rest on his laurels might be over, and that a new chapter in Pittsburgh or New York could either restore his reputation or further tarnish it. A humorous take on the QB carousel. Let's lighten the mood for a moment. Picture the scene in the Steelers' locker room if Rodgers signs on. The veteran quarterback, known for his cool demeanor, might stroll in and casually ask, "So, who's ready for some magic?" Meanwhile, the coaching staff could be nervously whispering about scrapping their entire playbook to accommodate Rodgers' unpredictable genius. And then there's the possibility of the Giants. Imagine Rodgers in New York, joking with Malik Nabers about trading footballs for bagels. It's a QB carousel filled with potential and plenty of laughs, where every twist could lead to a legendary comeback, or a spectacular misfire. Forecast and final thoughts. So, where does that leave us? The current chatter suggests that Rodgers' best-case scenario might be joining the Pittsburgh Steelers alongside DK Metcalf and George Pickens. Such a move would bring a rejuvenated offensive spark to Pittsburgh, offering fans a blend of veteran savvy and explosive athleticism. However, if the Steelers opt to re-sign Russell Wilson, or if the Giants present a more attractive package, Rodgers' future remains far from settled. The reality is, this offseason is shaping up to be one of the most volatile and intriguing in recent memory. Rodgers, once hailed as a game-changer, now finds himself at a crossroads. His next move, whether in Pittsburgh, New York, or elsewhere, will not only impact his legacy but could also redefine the competitive landscape of the NFL in 2025. As we await more concrete announcements and official paperwork, one thing is clear: the free agency market continues to deliver drama, debate, and a whole lot of excitement. For now, we can only speculate, debate, and, of course, enjoy the wild ride that is NFL free agency. Conclusion. What's your take? In summary, will Aaron Rodgers team up with DK Metcalf and George Pickens in Pittsburgh? Or is a New York Giants reunion more likely? The coming days will reveal whether the Steelers' gamble pays off or if the QB carousel takes yet another unexpected turn. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you see Rodgers returning to his glory days in Pittsburgh? Or is there another destination calling his name? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth NFL free agency updates and expert analysis. This offseason is just heating up, and we'll be here to bring you every twist and turn as it unfolds.